What's up, everybody? This is TEKNOBLAST on Tekno's Gaming with SIKSLAYER and the Realist here tonight. We got a lot of great subjects to talk about. We're going to talk about AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution 2.0. Xbox beat 70 PS5 in sales again. And somebody got fired for gaming. I want to talk about that a little bit. I think that was a pretty funny story. And Sik wants to talk about the new Sony iZone gaming monitor that came out. Monitors, and we'll see if they're as good as they're advertised, and we'll find out later tonight. So, how is it going, guys?
It's going great.
Yeah, today was a good day. So that's why I have one of these here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we totally see it.
What is it?
But you can hear it though. You can hear it though.
What is it? Do it again.
I can't. I open the can. Can't do it.
He said.
Oh, okay. That was a drink.
It was a beer.
Oh, bear! You having a bear?
He got one of those Alamos.
What's your choice?
Well, this
bear?
is not my choice. My girl got me this Stone Tangerine Express. In fact, hang on a second. I'll put it. Tangerine Express Hazy IPA, 6.7%. I'm like, okay.
You drink IPAs?
No, she gave it to me. I'm not an IPA person. I'm a Heineken guy or a Budweiser guy. I don't know that much about beer, but
I don't even know what IPA means. I just know just give me the beer I like, and that's it. I'm good.
Yeah. So
IPA is craft.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I like IPA then.
And it's normally super hoppy.
Yeah, I don't really like beer
and full bodied and.
Well,
I mean, I've had some I like, but
when it comes to beer, I like anything similar to Coronas.
Yeah,
and Dos Equis, Heineken. You know, I like that.
Well, Heineken is full-bodied beer, so you might appreciate our IPA. And being from Texas,
Tangerine
I'm pretty sure that y'all have about 6 around y'all too.
Oh man, my go-to here when I drink it would be Carbuck. The Carbuck.
Well, isn't that from here?
Yeah, that's from Houston, and then there's one called God, what's it called? I'm blanking out here.
Something Alice, and you got a bunch, bro.
There's a bunch here, which is a couple that I like. Actually, that's they make a couple of beers here that I enjoy, and the ones in Houston. So if they don't have it at the bar, then my go-to is like Corona or Heineken or Dos Equis.
Because like Carbuck is on its way to being mainstream, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like we had Shiner, which was just for
Texas,
around the area from Shiner, Texas, and now it's kind of mainstream. It's outside of Texas. So the Carbucks, all theirs are dark, all theirs are full body, and all of them are super hoppy with those big, huge heads. Like, dude, you take a sip on it and it foams up.
Yeah. Well, they came out some good ones. Like they're amber. Anything that's amber, pretty much for me. So they have one called Love Street, and then they got one called like the Crawford Bach. I'm sure you saw it. It looks like the old Astros uniform, the rainbow.
Well, they provide beer for the Stros, so like there's a bar that my buddy goes to. Hey, come hang out, man.
Is it
And
Lucky
all
Pub?
they serve is carbot.
Yeah. Some good
And
stuff.
it's if you say so. Like you said, the amber is cool, but
Yeah,
the rest of that stuff,
I don't
it's
like
just
dark. I don't like dark beer because it fills me up pretty fast.
great taste, less filling, Miller Lite,
Oh,
right?
what's that one beer that's like it's a brown bottle? Not Old Duels.
Doo doo.
No, it's like a dark beer. Everybody likes it because they think it gets them drunk quick, but I hate the taste of it.
Shiner maybe.
I don't know.
No.
You had 211. You had a whole lot of them that
No,
were
it's a
disgusting.
commonly named thing. Just oh my god. Oh, Guinness. I hate
Oh, Guinness.
Oh, Guinness.
Oh my god. What the hell
Yeah, but
is
that's-
that?
that's a full body stout,
That's Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. Horrible.
and they
Oh.
will get you messed up a little
They will
faster
get-
than because the other ones
they
are like
will, but they
5.
taste like ass. Like I could drink this.
Yeah, they do taste
Tastes
like
like
crap.
fruit. I could drink 6 of these and be messed up instead of drinking like 2 of those and be messed up. I don't know if it's gonna be 2
That's
or
how
3
I
or
am.
whatever.
Like,
but,
I'll grab me a little 6-pack of Carbot, and I'm
Mm.
good with that for the rest of the night.
nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I mean, I like Heineken's and Bud Platinums for my full body beers. Other than that, it's just like a challenge, like to try it and see if I like it. And plus, those craft beers are like $10 a can compared to 3 or 2.
Yeah, this
Mhm.
was a 6-pack. It was like $9 or something.
For a 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how much I go
Yeah.
for.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
For craft, it's like
Not
Yeah,
Carbot.
Yeah,
Carbot?
she also likes this other
I'll
one
buy a
that's
6-pack for like $10.
grapefruit beer.
Really?
It's like $6
Yeah.
for a 6-pack.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Maybe they're showing y'all love. I don't know, because like it should be cheaper here considering they come from here.
Right.
But
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, we went way left with that one.
Yeah. We're not
I
even
mean,
talking about gaming.
you know how we do.
Yes.
We'll start off
We
with
go
something
left,
like
not
not
right.
even on the topic list.
You know what I'm saying? I could be bringing up the Avalanche. You know what I'm saying? But no, I ain't gonna do that.
I used
Already
to be an Avalanche
Already
fan.
did.
Really? Why?
Yeah.
Y'all have a hockey thing?
Well, this is way before I moved here. Like
Oh.
this is like years ago when I was still living at my mom's house or my dad's house.
Oh.
And the only reason why I was like an Avalanche fan was because I collected hockey cards and I liked their goalie Patrick Wall back then.
Patrick Roy. Yep.
Patrick Wall.
That's the jersey I have still. But like I never cared about hockey. But like when my dad met my stepmother, my stepbrother was he's from Jersey. And of course you had the Jersey Devils were hot
Devils.
back then. They actually won. They had Martin
Yeah.
Brodeur, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Martin.
Martin, not Martin.
Martine.
Like so like they're French, man, not as Spanish, man. So look,
I'll make
they
it.
were winning. Yeah, right. They were winning. So I had to pick somebody that won because I really was a Blues fan because Brett Hull was the first hockey player I was
Brett
introduced to
Yeah.
through Sports Illustrated for Kids. I don't even know if they still do that.
Oh, yeah, they still do.
And they would
No,
hi-
they're
and,
not
and so
doing
that's what got me lightly interested in hockey. But like, huh?
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, man, I had to pick a winning team, a team that won recently. So like Avalanche were there and Wall was doing work. And then you had Dominic Hasek. You had all those guys.
Dominic Hasek,
I like goalies. Gretzky was hot when I was a kid too. So like,
Yeah.
but I never, I didn't really get into it until my little brother kept, with that Jersey Devils hat on, didn't know a lick about hockey.
Yeah.
But he's from Jersey, so like whatever, he could.
Yeah, it's like when everybody was wearing the Rangers jerseys all the time because in the mid to late 90s they were doing
Yep.
okay and they won a championship or two. Or was it just one? I
Was it the Rangers or the Islanders? I can't
No,
remember,
it was
bro.
the Rangers. It was definitely the Rangers because I saw
the New York Rangers
from that time. Yeah, but
So who's the stepchild in those two teams?
The Islanders.
I don't know anymore. I think it's actually the Rangers because when the Rangers won, it was a big deal because they had never won or hadn't won in like decades.
Yeah.
And that was
Yeah,
the last
but
time they've won
look
since.
at what they
So
hype up.
I think the Rangers is still the. Is still
But
the
if you
little
look at what they hype up though, Sick, and I see them hyping up the Rangers. It's like no matter who Brooklyn gets, right? They're
Mhm.
still second fiddle to the Knicks.
But they're still a better team because like the Islanders,
we don't care, man. It's just like it's just like the Clippers, bro. Like when everybody was picking them to beat the Lakers, they're like, so what? You know what I'm saying? This is still our town. Like whatever.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah. Well, hey man.
Well,
hey man, listen, I'm from New York, and the hell with the Knicks. Okay, they were losers before I was born, and at this rate, they're gonna be losers after my time on this earth is done.
So
I feel sorry for Spike Lee.
Did you jump on the Brooklyn bandwagon too?
No, not at all. Not at all. I just like the Knicks, man. Knicks fans are
Sixers fan now.
Hey man, I'm not. Hey man. Wow.
I like the Sixers, man. I like Embiid, man.
Hey man, at the middle. Yeah.
It looked like he got old chubby about 2 years too late though.
I like Minnesota and stuff myself, so I like what you're saying, young
man.
man.
Well, here's my little story on how I got into hockey. Even though Houston never had a hockey team, they did have the Houston Aeros, and that was more of a minor league team.
Yeah, the Aeros were a minor league team.
And so I was in the hospital. I was there for a good while, and we didn't have internet back then. The only thing we had was that big TV that's mounted up on the corner of the ceiling, right? Well, they had like, I don't know, the Mighty Ducks was like a big thing back then.
Right.
So I was like, oh, I'll watch this.
Had a movie.
And
the movies, cartoon series.
Well, the original one. And because of that movie, I got into hockey.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, but I found that the trick for any sport is just to find something or someone or a team or individual to root for. Because I became interested in tennis from Martina Navratilova, Arthur Ashe, and Andre Agassi had some cool tennis shoes.
Yes,
and that's do y'all remember those
tennis shoes?
Like, yeah, right. That's what I just had to explain to my boy the other day. I was like, son, do you know what the difference is? Like, do you know what tennis shoes means? Do you know that they're really like supposed to be for tennis, and they're calling basketball shoes tennis shoes?
Yep. Because that's what our parents.
Sneakers. I just call them sneakers all around.
Nintendo Atari. You know, it was the same sort of thing.
Oh, my mom calls any gaming console Nintendo.
Yeah. But,
yeah.
Before that, she used to call it Atari, didn't she?
Yeah.
Well, now my grandmother knows, but back then everything was an antenna.
Yep.
I don't want that antenna messing up my TV.
It was gonna waste electricity. It's 9 volts, Mom.
What is it about the electricity?
Well, you know, I'm from Caribbean and they all cheap.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Damn Caribbeans.
Yeah.
But like, and be honest with you, bro, I found out later that it really did mess up their TV. especially the big 400-pound floor model that both my grandmothers had.
Wow.
Like it would really mess them up.
Well, anyway, I think we need to get back on the road. We took this side.
I know. Well, all right. Let's get into this new AMD Super Resolution 2.0 because Xbox is, a little bit future proof. Xbox is getting it, and a select number of graphics cards for the PCs. There was no mention of PlayStation at all. Unless you guys heard something different.
Nope.
So for now,
no, sir.
From my extensive research, you know how much research I do. PS5 is not getting it. It is not in the cards for it to get it because it's using its own variation of whatever it's using. Its chip, it's every technology that's in there. It's a huge Frankenstein machine.
Yeah.
That AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution 2.0 is not being used on the PlayStation. Now, I've been getting messages both on Twitter and on my YouTube channel. I mean, the video that I recently posted, and they're like, "Oh, PlayStation's getting it. You're just being a fanboy." It's like, it's not being a fanboy. It's me just kind of stating the facts that they did not announce anything for PlayStation that it's going to get this technology and nothing. What they're getting confused on, and let's see if I can find it, is the list of games that it's coming to. Okay. And I guess they saw God of War, like you see on the screen here, but it's for PC.
But that's for the definitive version, though.
That's for PC, though.
The definitive version.
Yes. Horizon, it's on PC, you know? So,
yeah, see, that's the thing about this. FSR, don't forget, unlike, with DLSS, where that's NVIDIA's thing, and, it's part hardware and software, FSR is completely software. So what I think a lot of people are getting mixed up about this is, on Xbox, it's part of the developer kit. It's built into the software that Microsoft provides to you when you're making Xbox games. It's not built into the PlayStation platform. Not that the developer can't use it and implement it into their game on their own, but they got to do all the work themselves.
Yeah.
And so there's no games that have been announced. And I'm sure some game will come out in the future that'll have maybe even the next version of God of War. When it comes to PC, maybe after it comes out to PC, that feature is added to the PC version, and then they'll add it back to the PlayStation version, or maybe they'll surprise it and they'll have that feature day one on PlayStation. Who knows, right?
Yeah.
But the PlayStation can do it because it's completely software driven, but don't expect it to happen until Xbox already has a bunch of titles already out with it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I think that's where people are just confused. They look at this list of games that supports the super resolution.
Yep.
And they're just kind of like, oh, it does work on the. It's like you're missing it. It's for PC. Remember, your PS5 games are now on PC, and I think they tend to forget about that part.
All they do is look for the first excuse they can find to say, "Oh, it's really there," and then they stop thinking after that. That's it.
They stop thinking. They see God of War. It's like, oh, see, it's coming to PS5. It's like, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
Well, so the thing is, as long as they keep saying that the PlayStation has the full suite of RDNA 2, then they'll continue to believe that way, right? And they will come out with a workaround. Kind of like when VR came out, right? Xbox had it out of the box, and then like 2.5 years later, the PlayStation figured out a way to make it work on some of their games, right? It's not like with the Xbox; it just works. Whereas you have to go. I mean, there's an override for it too. So as long as they continue to tell them that it's RDNA 2, they'll continue fighting for it. But I believe that sometime down the line, I don't know if it'll take them 2 years again. They'll have some iteration of it because the system is powerful enough to get the job done. Yeah. But I don't know.
It's just they have to Frankenstein it again.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right. But like if they have FSR on the little Steam Deck, the PlayStation can manage somehow. But the Steam Deck is RDNA 2.
RDNA 2. That's the other. I was just about to say it. I'm like, eventually it'll happen. Like I said, but not for a while. Not for a while, Sony fans. So fall back. Once again, y'all just not with it. It's just how it is with them. And it's ironic too. They got their tech from AMD, but they only got some of the tech. Like, what did AMD advertise to them? How did they not know that AMD was going to have all these other features, right after, because basically what they picked was RDNA 1. Like we've seen.
Well, you remember
everything. So yeah.
But like you remember in the past, like we went through this, like on Direct Gaming, like where went through how they started production way earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is it, 2019? Where they started to conceptualize and get things together, and then Microsoft waited, and so that's why you have RDNA 1.35 or whatever you want to give PlayStation, and then the full suite on consoles and PC. Well, I consider Steam Deck like a console, but it's there, and it's been there. It was there before, even on Xbox.
Yep.
So, I believe they'll brute force some kind of solution for it.
They will.
Because something's going to have to be done, when they start to, because it seems like all of these, whether you're good or decent as a game analyzer, where you put games side by side, count the frames and all that, whatever you call those people, like Digital Foundry, and there's some guy from Brazil or something, because he's speaking Portuguese. He's got like 700,000 people that follow him.
Yeah, I know the guy you're talking about. I think DG something.
I don't know.
A bunch of these other guys. Yeah.
But so once these guys get a hold of it and the news gets out, Sony's gonna have to get on the ball with it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What's up, Dusty Turtle? Thank you for
Dusty
tuning
Turtle.
in. Yeah, Dusty Turtle. It's a good name.
Like you said, man, Xbox is playing 5D chess, man. Because and look, man, we've been trying to say this
And
as Xbox
5%.
fans. Look, we've been saying this as Xbox fans to PlayStation fans, but they call us fanboys and they disregard what we say.
Yeah.
But now that Xbox really has Microsoft's backing, they're gonna see this a totally different ball game.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Xbox allowed PlayStation to do what they were doing. Right now, it's going to be totally different. I don't think anything can stop Switch, but some type of hybrid console.
But Switch is like their own little lane, though. Too.
I'm not going to call it its own lane, man, because I've been saying this for a while, man.
Yeah, I'm tired of giving them that excuse.
every generation, if we count handheld and console, Nintendo dominates.
Yeah, it does.
Right? But this generation, they did away with with separating the two and made it one, and that's why they're doing what they're doing right now. Because if you look at the most sold quote unquote consoles, Game Boy is over there over and over again, every iteration of it, except for the Virtual Boy.
Pretty much.
So that's why they're doing what they're doing right now. But I made a tweet earlier today saying that, man, I think that everybody should visit this because, man, I'm buying so many games on my little portable console I got. And all I can think about is, man, I wish I could be getting my gamer score for this.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because man, if I like right now I'm playing Sunset Overdrive.
Ooh.
Like, yeah, like I skipped
a fun
that game. Yeah, but I skipped it. And so now I'm like, man, I'm playing it and I can't believe I skipped it. Same thing with Alan Wake. That's in the rotation.
Oh, Alan Wake's so good.
There's countless games. Here's the thing about it too. Okay, now you're talking about some older AAA games, but I know you also been playing some indies here and there, right?
Yep.
Here's the situation you're going to encounter because I've already like I bought a lot of these games on Steam as the forever version. I've mentioned this many times, but oftentimes I double dip on these games, right?
And so I hate it. I hate doing that.
And I hate it, but Game Pass has been saving my butt with that more times than not, right? They did it with Streets of Rage, and now they did it with Turtles.
So I guess since you didn't play it, you didn't have to pay. Now you can pay.
I bought Streets of Rage on Steam, and I plan to buy Turtles on Steam as well. But I've been playing on Xbox, and if I eventually I'll put Windows on it, and then I'll have the complete access to all of that stuff, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like since you didn't pay through Game Pass,
right?
It doesn't feel so bad to just go ahead and pay it on Steam.
It doesn't feel so bad. But eventually, I'm gonna want to double dip on all of those games. Yet and still.
Well, I've been double dipping with my money, and I hate it. I don't care if I paid $5 for the game. I it's like, man, I bought it, bro. I just bought Yakuza again. Because like there's a super duper sale going on right now, like super duper
Isn't
sale.
Metro on sale like everything for like $15 or something like that?
Bro,
the Steam summer sale is on the Steam crackhead sale. I always call it the crackhead sale. Literally, that's what it is. People
it is.
You know what? I was gone all weekend, so I don't know what's out there. I haven't even looked.
The Steam summer sale is active right now.
I see people posting on. I was like, dude, they got Metro, all of them for $15.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, that's pretty good.
Yep. Now the Yakuza game, it's the same $20 as I paid on Xbox, and then $25 for the next 3, and then like pretty much anything that I searched up is on sale right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
I double dipped on Cyberpunk. I double dipped on a bunch of games, bro.
Pro tip.
Yeah.
Make use of the watch later list and the follow list.
Oh,
Make
yeah.
That.
Oh, yeah.
The wish list.
I do the watch list.
Because every time there's, a sale or whatever, and there's these plugins you can get for, your browser. So it will tell you if it's on sale, plus the history, plus who has the cheapest. Because sometimes it's cheaper elsewhere than it is on Steam. And it's still a Steam code you get.
Epic.
Oh, no, it's not Epic. Still to buy it on Steam, but not from Steam. You get the key from somebody else, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, like GOG or something.
Not
like GOG. Like, okay, I know what you're talking about, like a game
keys.
code.
Right. Like the keys.
Yeah,
right,
CD
like
keys.
for Windows and stuff. Right, CD keys, exactly. So you go there, you get them for even cheaper than they have them on Steam, and you just redeem the Steam code on Steam. So yeah, man, the savings of money really starts to be a big thing. But Xbox has a lot of that now too. The sales have been a lot better on Xbox and PlayStation as well for a couple years now. But the added thing is with Game Pass, like, okay, if I purchase Turtles, it's automatically already 20% off because it's a Game Pass game.
Yeah.
I don't have to buy it. I can play it because it's on Game Pass. But eventually, they're probably going to take it off of Game Pass like they did Streets of Rage, right? And hey, that's probably going to be when I buy it.
Is it like $25?
It's 20% off.
No.
And the game is 25, I believe. I'm not 100% sure on that.
Before the discount?
Yeah.
It's about right.
Yeah, but there's another game that nobody's talking about that's equally as good. Final Vendetta. That is a fantastic beat 'em up. And the soundtrack on that?
Okay.
Yeah. Oh man. That soundtrack thumps. Put your headphones on.
What Vendetta?
Final
Vendetta.
Final?
Yeah, Vendetta.
Final.
Yeah, it's on Xbox, it's on PlayStation, it's on Steam, it's on everything.
Oh,
awesome
I think you brought up that game before.
Yeah.
Is it on sale?
Nobody's really it's a brand new game, so I think it's like, just because it just came out. It's on
let's see if I can see the price.
It's like 5% off on Steam.
It's $24.99.
Bro, Neon White. I just bought Neon White and that's on sale.
Well, the summer sale is on.
Yeah,
right now.
Neon White just came out last week and it's on sale.
Nice.
Let me see if I'm getting a discount on that game, because sometimes there's games on my list that are on sale just because they just came out, or maybe I have another game that the same publisher made and there'll be an added sale price on my Steam thing. But no, it's only $25.
So yeah, so a lot of games are coming out. Like it says, available and coming up with FSR 2.0 on the screen right now. Callisto is going to be awesome. Tiny Tina, which is I'm playing right now, is really good. Yeah. Grounded, the final release is coming out soon. I mean, you got a lot of good games here, man. And then this is not counting what's in the plans already. You know what I'm saying?
Right? Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just this FSR is going to be insane. And for the ones that don't know what it is, let me kind of give you a little description here. FSR 2.0 is essentially designed to upscale your graphics while you play, allowing you to output graphics with a higher frame rate, but also at 4K as well. So while the game engine is rendering at 1080p, for example, the final output is 1440p or 4K. AMD's tech uses an advanced edge reconstruction algorithm to upscale each frame that's being sent. And similar in NVIDIA's DLSS, AMD's has 4 different modes: ultra quality. I don't know why they named it like that. Ultra quality, balance, and performance. At one end of the spectrum, you have ultra quality, which focuses on the best graphics, while performance give you the highest frame rate. So I kind of like things in the middle, you know?
Yeah. That's depending on the game, but usually in the middle.
For me, man, I believe that they should shoot for a lower native resolution, because it's like everybody's shooting for 4K somehow, right? Now not even 12 and 9 teraflops are enough to hit 4K natively. So like, what's wrong with 1440? I mean, I know, like, I think PlayStation 5 does it now, but I know Xbox has always done it. Like, what's wrong with 1440p?
PlayStation
doesn't do 1440p still.
No.
No.
They never have. Even
they did that,
even a PS4 doesn't.
Well, no, they haven't, but
it can't.
But they were saying that they were going to.
Yeah, well, they say a lot of things that they're gonna do and they never do. So we'll have to wait and see if they do.
This is true.
If not, then
So a little extra here. The idea is ultra quality mode will give you the higher frame rates than you get trying to run games natively at a high resolution. FSR 2 apparently makes 2 passes to improve the visual quality of the end graphics. The first is the edge reconstruction upscaling algorithm that overhauls the graphics, and a second pass which sharpens the final image and adds more clarity.
So, plus it's temporal now, so it's using like the previous frames before.
Yeah.
To get more information, it wasn't doing that before. That's a major thing that they added to it. So that makes it a lot better than it was before.
But this is not something that's working in the background. This is something you have to select within the game, right?
Right. I
So
know the developers, like they build it into their game and they set it up, a particular way for their game and their game alone. So you may or might not have, options to fiddle with it because it's a part of, how the game works in and of itself.
Yeah.
Because a lot of games I feel in the future, because a lot of game engines have their own kind of upscaling, like temporal upscaling or whatever, right? And there's various ways to skin that cat.
Yeah.
But with FSR, I think a lot of games are going to replace what they have to use what's in FSR, or maybe they might tweak FSR to work for them in their own way, and then they'll release that source code after, and everybody can benefit from it. But yeah, I guarantee that's what's going to happen between all the Xbox developers because they're already.
I mean, the games right now look like really good as they are. I mean, imagine just giving a little extra with this.
I imagine what's going to happen for Lil Bro. You know what I mean? That's the console that's going to really benefit from it because
absolutely
it's a 1080p 1440 machine, and then you add this to the mix.
Yep.
And I expect
a
lot
viewers
of
out
people.
there, if you don't know what the little bro means, that's the Series S.
That's a little man right there.
I expect a lot of people to just get hushed because there's nothing else to say because it's hidden frame rate targets. It's the resolution that has been kind of that developers have been struggling with. But once they introduce that, I expect some good things from the Series S.
But
just looking at this thing, man, y'all see any games on this list? Because these are all new games.
Yeah.
Right. Like y'all see any of those games? Well, not Deathloop and Grounded, but
these are all AMD games. Like how NVIDIA has certain games that they partner with, and AMD has games they partner with. These are all games that AMD partners with. So
it's always fragmentation.
Now this
somehow
is
they try to misrepresent that they have like a quicker attach rate, let's say, to that technology versus DLSS, which is completely untrue. But there's always going to be the two camps. There's the NVIDIA camp and there's the and there's
just
the
like
AMD
Xbox
camp.
and PlayStation. There's an NVIDIA.
Exactly. And there's certain developers who don't care. They'll use both depending on what platform they're putting their game on. And if the game is multi-plat, the AMD hacks or whatever will have support. The NVIDIA things will have support, but it'll be a whole mess.
People think it's bad between the Xbox players and PlayStation players. What about NVIDIA and AMD players?
Intel, AMD,
Intel, AMD, NVIDIA, AMD.
Oh man, don't get them started, man. Because
that was a whole
they'll go to war.
They still do.
Bro, it's all there, bro. Like for anything that has a competitor, you're gonna have fans of both. That's why I don't understand these people whining about console wars. They're arguing over stupid plastic. So what? Let them. I hate Apple.
Plastic. I hate when they say that because number one, it's not plastic. Can you say something more generic that actually fits?
Yeah.
But they have to make it sound as low as they can.
Exactly. To whittle it down to nothing. But hey, man, that's competition, though. You want competition because it makes both sides better.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
So.
Because there was a time when nobody would touch AMD.
Yeah. That was me for a good while, and not because I had anything against AMD. It's just I didn't know anything. I didn't know much about it. I was so used to Intel. It was like I'm just sticking to Intel. It's what I know.
More times than not, the competition was better than AMD. But I always rooted for AMD to at least be competitive, to keep the leaders, Intel and NVIDIA honest. And for a long time, they couldn't even do that. They were on the edge of dying, but now they're back in a big way, and everything is better because of it. So hey, I ain't mad at it.
Yep. Now I'm going for whoever has the best pricing because AMD making their move has made Intel become more competitive with their pricing because there was a point where AMD will sell a $900. I'm sorry, Intel will sell a $900 CPU, and AMD will be just a little bit behind, but $600 difference.
Yeah, that's how it is. Competition.
So it didn't matter, but now you got deals.
So the games you see here is for FSR 2.0. Now there are some FSR 1.0, which is out right now, And these are the games that are being used, like Cyberpunk, Far Cry 6. Grounded is using it right now. Hellblade, Hitman, Horizon Zero Dawn. So it's out there. It's just a 1.0 version, and the 2.0 is coming out, or it's already out now.
Yeah, I know Ghostwire is one because that's what I've been playing.
Yeah, I saw. I think I saw it on my Discord channel, and it shows you playing something. It's like, oh, he's playing Ghostwire.
Oh, I didn't know. I don't know how y'all do that.
You have a Discord?
Yeah, I put it out like
a
couple weeks ago.
I don't really mess with Discord like that to be noticing, even though I have it running all the time. But I never actually go
Me
in
either.
it anymore. But yeah, I'll definitely have to join in on there.
Yeah, we'll be trying it up. Sometimes we'll go days without saying anything, but then one day we'll just start flooding it with conversation. And there's a couple of UK guys that I've kind of known since the early days of the Xbox One, and they're funny. And one is just like a total jackass, but he's all right. I mean, you just gotta kind of deal with him. But he's the one that kind of goes, like, if there's a flood of talking that we're talking about a show or we're talking about a game or something, he'll come in and say, look at these grannies just talking it up. I was like, shut up, man. Just be part of the conversation or shut up, you know?
And he joins in, doesn't he?
Yeah, he joins in. Yeah. He'll put in his own stuff, and then, you know.
That's cool. That's cool.
So, yeah. Well, you know, back, this is like way in the early day, the first year of the Xbox One. We actually had a good, very active forum, a message board, and we had a few thousand people like daily coming in and you know, being active on there. We had a few writers, you know, make articles and stuff like that. It was great, but then as time went on, it just kind of kept dying out, and I'm like, oh man, it sucks, because it was a good message board. And eventually the owner was trying to like, here Tech is like, you can have all the admin rights, do whatever you want to do with it, and to make it active again. It's like, okay. So I tried making it active, but I guess nobody's really into message boards anymore, unless it's the popular ones, you know.
You could bring them to the water, but you can't make them drink.
Yeah, you can't make them drink. So eventually it died out so much that the owner, you know, killed it. And I'm like, oh, okay, well now it's gone now. So it's one of those things that it's one of those memories, like, oh, you know, it was fun, yay. All right, so
it reminds me of my RC days, man. Wow.
What's RC? I heard of
IRC, Internet Relay Chat. It was a whole thing.
Okay, yeah.
It was a whole thing. Let me tell you,
so
a whole underground thing.
Yeah, so where are we right now? I'm trying to take some timestamps here so I could put the thing in the description later on.
What?
Yeah. So I don't know about you guys. I've never been into sales. The news right now, Xbox has been PlayStation the last few months. It's fantastic. It's great and all. But for me, it really does nothing. It does nothing. I've been saying that for the longest time, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I guess we got to bring it up. Xbox Series beats PS5 again in Japan, of all places.
More than double, apparently.
Yeah. So they're just killing it over there recently. And I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, I guess they're doing great.
Yeah. But here's the one thing about it. A lot of people are trying to say it's just the Series S's and stuff. But we've seen the numbers. It's not just the Series S's. In fact, the Series S, at least here in America, is pretty much neck and neck. And I believe it's the same way in Japan as well. So overall, you know, a lot of these ponies ain't just detractors in general. And, you know, a lot of these detractors are part of the press now because you see it in their headlines.
Yeah.
You know, Legal has been pointing them out a lot lately, right? It's pretty obvious.
They try to downplay it with some, like, bad headline.
Bad headline. You could tell they're a pony with their headline because their headline is so far from the truth. It sounds like these ponies you see on Twitter.
Yeah.
But anyway, like, Japan, I'm not too crazy into sales numbers, except when I am, which is more times than not, right? But I don't care about, like, Xbox is destroying PlayStation.
No.
But it's more validation, like, for these people who are saying all these negative, misinformed bullshit things about Xbox or about anything in general, you know. But particularly, you know, as the case is here with Xbox, like Xbox is doing well because Xbox is providing what gamers want. Okay, when we go on Twitter and we see all these posts from the Japanese, and thank God Twitter had that little translate button right there, right?
Yes,
and
that's a good
apparently
one.
it's very accurate because you can tell they're getting the rhetoric through. It's not just a literal translation. You can tell exactly what they mean. And
yeah.
I'm starting to notice a lot of them are saying that they want the Series X because it actually has the drive in it, and they're picking up 360 games physically to play on their Series X. A lot of the ones who bought the Series X instead of the S is because of drive, not so much because it's 4K. Although, you know, of course, there's lots of people who's buying it for that too. But they're getting it because of the drive, and they're getting a lot of back 360 and Xbox One games that they never messed with before. So I think there's gonna be the backwards. It's everything about what Microsoft always marketed the Xbox to be. In particular, is doing very well in Japan for those reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I mean, look, we know that Xbox has always had challenges dealing with Japan, right? They're gonna play for the home team first, and Xbox needs to give them more region specific content, right? And we know that that's supposedly on the way. So it's a small win, right? Because if you look at the overall numbers, you know, it's still getting the backs blown out in Japan. So I guess, you know, as an Xbox fan, it's cool because, you know, because as far as I was concerned, they need to just leave Japan alone, like reallocate those systems to somewhere else. But they won in on Japan, and there's obviously somebody smarter than me that says don't leave Japan. So they're there and they're making progress, and I'm looking at these baby steps as progress, you know, because there was times when I saw on the list, man, they would sell like 50 and 90, 100 consoles a week.
18 or some shit. Yeah,
You
we're
know
talking about WBG. They're right.
Yeah,
We said sell like 18.
Yeah, so that, and then when you see it, you think it's a joke. So it just didn't match because everything else is at least in, you know, four digits, and then you get to this Xbox double digits. Like, whoa, man, like for real, like get the hell out of there. So now I'm looking at it, I'm like, you know what? It's small progress, and I understand that they have the internet infrastructure for people to be able to utilize the cloud.
Yep.
And they won in on that, but I believe that they won't, as long as Sony is making these backdoor deals for games like Monster Hunter, or Nintendo's getting Monster Hunter exclusives, Final Fantasy exclusives, Xbox is going to have to come up with something strong to counter that in that region. Because here, like for the most part, we don't really care if they get Final Fantasy or if Monster Hunter doesn't hit. It's like, oh well. But over there, it's a big deal and a backbreaker for Xbox. Because I've read of some other deals. I'm like, there are region-specific exclusivity deals. Like, we won't. It's not like where Final Fantasy is a full exclusive to PlayStation. It's like Capcom will allow them to not release a certain game in a certain region, but it's multiplat in this region. So like, there's all kinds of things that they're doing out there, and Microsoft needs to make a whole lot more progress so that those deals that are being offered by Sony and to a lesser extent Nintendo are less appealing to these publishers.
Yeah.
So
like
it's a small win.
Like a year and a half ago, there was some leaks from Sony. I think Sony had gotten hacked again, as always, right? And a lot of this information had leaked out. And this was something to me, when this information had finally come out, if you remember my reaction to it, my reaction was like, this is just proof of what I've always known, we've always known. Like, they've been doing these, particularly Sony, right? Was always behind these shenanigans. So today, M2 just announced that they're doing they're gonna port the trilogy of the Rayforce games. So, you know, like 2 months ago, I was talking about that port that they did to Xbox, PlayStation, Steam, right? And the Switch as well. But that was just the first game in the series, and there was a bunch of shenanigans about letting people know that they even did an Xbox version, right? But this time it's the whole trilogy, right?
Yeah.
And then come to find out, it's a trilogy of games made by Taito. Okay, Taito, you know, they did Space Invaders and stuff, right?
Yep.
Taito is owned by Square Enix. It all makes sense to me now because this game, or rather this trilogy of games, it's been announced for PS4 and Switch, right? And there's a couple of places that's saying it's going to be out for Steam as well, right?
Yeah.
But nobody's mentioning if it's going to be on Xbox or not. But that's the same thing that happened with that first game. That first game, it came to all 4 platforms, but even before it came out, like a month and a half before it was even released, they were like, oh, it will come to Xbox and PC, but like, I don't know, sometime later, we don't know when.
Yeah.
When we get around to it was basically what they were implying. It came day one, but the website wasn't even letting people know. I was complaining about it on Twitter, and then like an hour later, I noticed they updated the website to let everybody know. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back and say that's because of me or anything, but it was an example of the shenanigans they play. And now they have a whole trilogy of this series, right? But it's only announced for PlayStation and Switch. It's a multi-plat retro series of games. All 3 of them were made before 2000, I believe, right? They're over 20 years old.
Yeah.
Retro classics like this should just be out on everything. It's just like that Mega Man collection that they have for the Battle Network games. Those are all GBA games, right? Every other, Mega Man collection that they've announced and has been released with original Mega Man's, Mega Man X, you got the ZX games, and there was one other series, right? They released the whole series on every platform. Except when they announced this one, PlayStation and Switch. They don't even mention the PC, which it's probably going to get anyway, and the Xbox is probably going to get a version. But the fact they don't even mention it, it's like the shenanigans are complete in full effect, and it's just like, yo, man, when is this crap going to end? It's going to end, I feel, when, like proverbially, Microsoft is just gonna have to kick their teeth in terms of sales, right? So it's the only game in town, or it's one of the only ones, but they can't ignore it.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Once that happens, then it's
yeah, that's what I was saying. Like Microsoft needs to make more progress in that region so that those types of deals become less appealing, right? Right now, I mean, 200,000 is not really. Yeah, it's not really gonna make people think twice, because at 200,000, let's say, okay, right, in total is about 18,000 consoles out there, and then plus the 60 or whatever, then maybe like 5% buy the game. It's like, I'm not missing out on much. Give me the money.
Yeah. We got Doctor in the chatterbox. He wants to know if we can start over again.
No.
Well, tell the truth. I mean, he only missed FSR, right? Because we talked about beer and sports at first.
Yeah, we really did.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, beer. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah. FSR is like the only topic we've talked about so far, and I'm sure you don't care about sales, so it's like that's what we're kind of talking about right now.
Yeah, I mean, I care. It's just that I don't want to get too hyped up because because like I like easy wins. I like easy wins, right? So if I get out there and start capping for 6,000 console sales, and then Sony knocks out 20,000 next month, it's gonna be like, oh, how about, right? And it's all my fault. It's all my fault.
Yep. I ain't trying to hear none of that. Yeah.
So I'm gonna just relax, bro, and stick by what I've always said, which is we're gonna win the United States.
All right. I guess in truth, if we're gonna be all honest now, like outside, when I see these articles about sales, I'm like this. Cool. Inside, I'm like, oh yeah,
exactly. Because honestly, it's not that important. We just want the sales to be enough to validate the platform and to make sure it's getting supported. Yes. That's all.
Yeah.
Any more than that is gravy.
I
ride around in a 2020 Hyundai. I don't go around saying, man, I hope Hyundai sells a lot of cars this month.
Wow.
Dude, yes, you do, because if they start shutting down dealerships, you ain't gonna have anybody to help you fix your car, right? But But like,
Hey, right to repair.
Right to
Because
repair,
see,
man.
I really want Xbox to at least be able to take back a strong percentage of market share in the
Yes.
areas where they were strong before, right? They were never strong in Japan, but they were in Europe, they were in the UK,
And they
always
had
Australia.
Japanese support too.
Right,
That
well,
was
they
the
had
thing.
Japanese, but
They
that was
had
because they
Japanese
had
support,
to, though.
but they didn't have exactly, and that's exactly what we
But
want
they
back.
don't have to now, though. You know what I'm
But
saying?
we're-
And then
But we're
even
kinda
at that
forcing them
point, it was still only 1.2 or whatever over there, right? But
Right.
they were dominant here, and this
Right.
is where we need to dominate at least in China.
Yeah,
Now they can play consoles, so
and
they
Korea.
need. Well, Korea is not a big market, not like that.
Well, it's starting to get that way though, so that's another place.
yeah, but
You gotta take it where you can get it.
well, I mean, they should try to dominate wherever they can around the world. But when it comes to amount of dollars spent, is
Mm.
United States and China, and then you got Europe. Japan's in there probably after that. So, but they play a specific type of game.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
I'm surprised when I see these Halo clips with Japanese players. Like,
Man.
wow, they're loving Halo, and we got people up here crying.
What? Wow.
Oh, okay.
Would you believe who's the publisher of Grand Theft Auto in Japan? You won't believe.
I'll
give you two guesses.
Kadokawa.
Hmm?
Kadokawa.
No, the publisher.
Activision.
No, one more because you said Japanese.
I said Kadokawa. Right?
Well,
you said in Japan. Okay, so
I understand who
let me see.
Kadokawa is. I'm gonna give you one
Let
more.
me see. Let me see. One more in Japan.
We were just talking about them.
Not Taito, right?
Capcom.
Capcom.
Yep.
Really?
Capcom used to publish Grand Theft Auto in Japan. Yep.
Oh,
Capcom
you mean
was
like the old school Grand Theft Auto?
No, like 1, 2, 3, I think 4.
Oh,
I don't know about
okay.
5 though.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, I know
I
that
mean,
like they'll have a
different out there.
publisher for there in the East, and then a publisher for here.
Yeah, it's different.
Because it even Japanese.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you're butting heavy there. Hello?
Y'all go ahead, man. Am I still butting?
Nah, you're good now.
Oh, okay. I'm saying is like I never really cared about Japan because up until recently, I have started to become interested in Japanese games and culture. Like before, I never cared. I didn't grow up on PlayStation where I was fed those games. Like a lot of people who had PlayStation 1s and that those were the games that Sony had on the consoles. Like I never wanted to play Final Fantasy and things like that. I played Final Fantasy 7 and that's it.
What did you play in those eras if you weren't playing any Japanese games? It's like it didn't matter the platform back in the day. Like
I was
Japan
playing
was
Goonies
bringing-
too.
When I say Japanese games, I'm talking about like the very plain to see Japanese games. Not like, I mean, I guess you can see the influence in a game like Soul Calibur or something like that. But I mean
Right.
like a Final Fantasy and games like that. Like all those games that people playing, Shin Megami Tensei, like those games are 20 years old. Like I never played those games until recently. I never cared to. They were
Overtly
boring.
Japanese and even the style and like the plot.
Yeah.
And blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
Like those types of games. Like I always thought that like, man, I played Final Fantasy, man. I bought it. It was like $10 on PC Platinum Hits. and like I powered through it. It was okay. I mean, I don't really like reading my games. I don't like watching them either. I want to play the game. I want to control the character.
Yeah.
Give me as minimal, unless your
You will
cutscene
never
is
like
telling
Metal Gear
a
Solid
story.
2.
Yeah, but those are like PlayStation games, and I never had a PlayStation.
Yeah, but Metal Gear Solid 1 was a good example of where it had lots of gameplay and the cutscenes were the treat because it would progress the story, right? But after a good
But even back then,
gameplay,
there weren't many
it would be-
games that had like those cutscenes either.
right? But then Metal Gear Solid 2 comes out, and there's a whole segment where you had a long ass cutscene, right? You walk across the
That's
bridge.
Kojima.
You walk across a bridge, and there's another long ass cutscene.
Yeah.
And people used to knock the series so hard for so long. But yo, if you go back and you play
Now it's
that
a
game
classic.
today, bro, it told the future in so many ways. People look at what that game was talking about back then,
Yeah.
right? And you apply it to today's world, and you're like, holy shit.
Oh, snap.
Oh, yeah.
Well, give me a second here because we got some breaking news. This has nothing to do with gaming, but do you know Medieval Times?
Medieval, yes.
Yeah,
they have
rest-
on Long Island.
The restaurant.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it says here medieval time workers want to unionize because they deal with these nuts. Guests spooking the horses, grabbing the falcon, and even putting their hands on the queen.
Wow. Wow. What the hell?
And you know
I've
what?
never been to medieval times. Folks, please don't mess it up before I get to go. What the hell?
Well, well, I'll confirm one of them. Okay, it's really not a spoiler, but there's a falcon that comes out in one segment of the show, right?
Uh-huh.
And it flies around the whole arena to kind of get the crowd excited.
Right.
Well, I seen it with my own eyes because I just went recently on my son's 5th grade trip. And you have people when the bird goes swooping down, you have people reaching out for it. Can't do that.
Do they have the talons covered?
They got the talon cover, yes.
Okay.
No, not the people.
But here's the messed up thing about it, because if the people reach out and the talons cut them,
yes.
they would blame medieval times.
Yes.
They would blame medieval times.
Yeah, but they would never.
Like McDonald's and the hot coffee, man. That always pisses me off, even as
Well,
a kid.
I mean, the easy way for them to get around that is to make people sign a waiver, right?
Yeah.
So you make them sign a waiver, and if they want to play with the falcon, they get the talons. I don't know. Like, people are goofy, man. They do dumb stuff, and these are adults. Like, these are not children. I know these are adults doing this dumb stuff, man.
Right. Even if the kids are doing it, I still blame the adults because they're the ones who raised them like that.
Oh yeah, that's true. But I just know that there are these people that they're mentioning are adults.
Yep. You're right.
But that's the breaking news I had, so that's all I wanted to say.
I thought you was trying to transition into the next topic because that would have been a great way to do it.
No,
because they got announced just before the show started. So,
well, I think let me switch screens here. I wanted to bring up something.
Hey, don't
funny.
test us, bro. We'll talk about anything.
I know. I want to bring up something that does deal with gaming, and this is a funny thing I just read today. And I'm not gonna show the screen because there's a bunch of ads on it, and it just kind of flags everything. So there's a couple, man and woman. The guy is a very heavy gamer, right? The wife is upset and got him fired from his job because the husband will use every excuse out there to not go to work, right? And he'll end up playing on his PlayStation 5. I'm not even kidding about this. His PlayStation 5 to game as much as he can. It's taken a toll on financially. It's taken a toll of emotionally. The boss, he will call into work. The boss would call, kind of like, hey, what's going on? And he'll probably make up some lame excuse, but he gets away with it. Well, somehow the wife got involved, and she pretty much outed him and said, yeah, he's just calling in so he can play on his PlayStation.
Wow, she snitched on him.
And snitched on him, and he got fired. And then she calls the wife saying, what the hell is your problem? And I'm like, look, I love to game, man, but I know when to it's call it quits. It's like, hey, we got to take care of the kids or something, well, we got to go on vacation. But this guy was making it a point to,
never have a mad woman. Never have a mad woman in your midst. They get petty and they will do whatever, and then apologize to you later because my emotions or whatever. Just like, don't let it be you, bro. Don't let it be you.
Yeah. So I thought it was pretty funny. Nothing that with this, stick on, talk about a long time, but I thought it was pretty hilarious.
That's why I think that like mobile gaming, like it has a bigger place right now, right? I think there's enough room for mobile gaming because you don't need to sit around on your behind all day. If like you can take your little 15 minutes and get a little gaming in, or swallow your lunch and then go play some games, because a lot of these people get 2-hour lunch breaks.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I mean, normally it's like office personnel, like they get 2 hours for lunch, so that gives them a little time to play and they don't feel like because I mean, when I was younger I used to be like that. I'd be at school thinking about playing a game,
but you had no responsibilities back then.
Well, some people never grow up.
Yeah.
Right.
And just because you got old doesn't mean that,
you have to stop.
It's not fun anymore. Well, it means you need to stop. But you don't have to. But when the lights turn off, there's no video games.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I don't know how helping them get fired is going to help her pay the bills now. So
yeah, exactly. Like being petty. Yeah, that was real smart, lady. Like
so they're going to have to work that out. Now she got to foot all the bills.
Now, do you guys ever get in trouble with? I'm not saying with your current girl, but in general, ever get in trouble because you're playing too much?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
no. But you go first.
I was gonna say with her, I mean, it was my escape, man. I could, like, she got on my freaking nerves. You know what I'm saying? So like, I can throw on some headphones and sit in front of the computer and just play games, and she was like, why don't you spend time with me? Because you get on my freaking nerves. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't say it,
but I still love you.
I was feeling that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to worry about everything you do to piss me off. I just play my games. But now my wife, that was my first wife. Now my like, she was straight up hood country chick, just like, man, she was just out of control. Now my wife now, because I had stopped when I was in college, I stopped. Mm-hmm. So back when the Xbox 360 came out, that's what she said. She said, you talk about games enough, you need to just start playing them again. So that's how I got back into games. But yeah, I did. But it was by design, man, because if I cared about how she felt, I would have got off the game.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly for me. Exactly what I was gonna say. But
I always use the lame excuse when I get yelled at for playing too much video games. So look, I could be here at home where where I'm at, playing video games.
Exactly.
Or I could hit the streets and you won't know what I'm at and you don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, because y'all seen that there was like a TikTok or something where it was like a black dude and two white dudes, and they were like, real man, go outside, play out and have fun outdoors, right? And they were fishing and hunting and stuff. Real man do this. And so I went to my wife, I said, hey man, I ain't say hey man, I said, hey, do you feel like I said, do you feel like I need to not play games like when I'm home? She was like, no, I know where you are. And if I want to go somewhere, you won't say, 1 more minute, you'll go. So I was like, cool. Yeah, man, but that's true. I mean, I'm not the guy that's like, hey baby, 5 more minutes.
One more round. It's never one round.
Right. Yeah, and then that turns into 2 hours and 3 hours and nobody's going anywhere. But just like you said, I know where you are. And you'll get up if I want you to. And I was like, cool, I'm doing a good job. So now I got the little handheld and I'll sit right there acting like I'm watching movies.
Okay, you do that.
I'm acting like I'm watching movies with everybody and I'm gaming,
I'd be doing that too. But here's the thing with me, I'm an amenable person, right? Like, I understand the logic of it. She wants some of my time and all of that, right? So here's what happens with me. Okay, because back in the 360 days, with late nights playing, beating dudes' heads down to the white meat. I told you I bled all that blood away. Trust me, I put in time and effort bleeding that blood out of me. Okay, I beat some ass online. All right, And now it's at a point where my girl ain't gonna tell me shit, right? Because listen, if you really want my attention,
just set the tone, man.
You know how to get it. That's on you.
Yeah.
You want me off this game? You gotta give me a good reason to, and don't do nothing petty, because then you're gonna be out never to return.
She doesn't do the whole like stand in front of you like this or PlayStation.
She ain't never start twerking in front of you, make a booty clap.
Listen. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I mean by gaining my attention. You want to gain my attention, you do something like that. If you stand in front of me and block the TV or go and unplug, listen, you out the door immediately. I put my foot down on stuff like that from the beginning. I'm the one who bought this house. I'm the one who pays for everything in it. Like, no one is gonna tell me what to do. But hey, if you want my time,
here's an advantage
of
of digital games, man. If your girl trashes all your physical games, I still got my digital games.
Right?
I can always get them.
Bro, I'm in digital.
If Vodka, who's fronting? Me? I'm not fronting, bro. I'm not fronting. I get what I want when I want it. And if I'm not, well, then I need to go and work.
We need to get her on the show.
You think fronting?
You think I'm fronting? He's fronting because he's jealous. More like it sounds like.
Send her the link to the StreamYard, man. Get her to join.
Yeah, but okay. Looking like what Vodka said. Like, if you get fired for cause, do you get unemployment?
No, not if they fire you because you were.
So that's basically job abandonment.
Yeah. He's not going to be able to get unemployment for that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically job abandonment. And how do you know? His wife told me. Like, whoa, like that would be the most unique case if they took it that far. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to have your hearings for unemployment. I mean, at least I've heard of them. I know in Texas, like if you.
And that was the dude's wife?
Yeah.
I think that's what he said, right? Yeah.
Hey, listen, the both of them got what they deserved. Right? He got what he deserved for, sitting there on the game all day. And she got what she deserved by dealing with a dude like that who can't get his priorities in order. They deserve each other. Yeah. I don't feel sorry for either one of them.
Yeah,
if it's affecting her job, then it's an issue.
Yeah, y'all remember those old 60-minute shows, like where they would have gaming addiction?
Yeah,
real or fiction, right? So like there are people. Well, yeah, I mean, because you got these guys that like in Asia where they sleep in the cafes.
They die.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, they have mental problems. Yeah,
I've heard that once. So, like, is it mental problem or just like I don't know, man? Life is hard for some people.
It's an addiction. It's an addiction. You can be addicted to anything, man. And some people, they just can't stop. They just can't stop.
Like some people, I look at some people in my life. I look at like how they're living and how hard it is. And I don't condone it, but I understand why you want to stay wiped out every day. But the thing is, once you sober up, it's still there waiting for you. I understand. Like some people, like gaming might be the only thing that they have that brings them happiness. And I don't condone it, but I understand. And so, I don't know. I mean, to me, it's like an escape, right?
Yeah.
And so you don't have to deal with the world because if you focus in long enough, that's why like these Sony guys, when they get to talking about immersion, I think of them the same way I think about this guy that lived in the internet cafe. It breaks immersion. Okay, you need to feel like you're not really in this world. Is that what it is? That's how I look at them when they say things like that. Load screens break immersion. It's like, dang, man, you're playing a game. It's not real. Maybe they need that same type of escape. That's how I look at it.
I know where they come into when they're talking about immersion and stuff, but usually when these type of people are talking about immersion and stuff, it's just all marketing to them. It's like they're trying to big up their platform than really just enjoy and actually mean what they say about the immersion and the load times and all that. Because, hey, we cap for Xbox. We know all about the load times, the quick resume and all of that.
What load times?
These are the elements of the platform that we love. Exactly. And these are the elements of the platform that we love. Yeah. But to sit there and talk about it and market it to other people, that's a different thing. That's a completely different thing. And it's like, hey. But yeah, man. I spend a lot of time and effort, when I was on the other podcasts, I used to always talk about, it's overtime season. You want these games, you want these systems and TVs and whatnot, man, you need to get your ass to work and get this money for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's that balance
Or your
of
Game Pass.
how much you're going to work. Right, there's that too. And there's, how much you're going to work and how much free time are you going to have, right? There's a whole balance. Some people can't get the balance right. Some people don't even consider that it's a balance to be had in their lives. And hey, it gets lost to the wind, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's true.
All right.
So
I thought that was funny that this guy got canned because of his wife.
Frankly,
she ratted him out.
She snitched on him. She got emotional. Snitched on him.
This is all you, Sick, because you're the one that want to talk about this, and I'm like, all right, bring it up. Let's go. Let's do this.
Well, yeah.
Sony has come out with the new in-zone M9. Well, there's multiple, but the new in-zone monitor family in a. Is it or is it not specifically for PlayStation?
It's
could
marketed for PlayStation and PC, but because of the specs and everything that's in it, it would be great for Xbox, PC, or even if you have a mobile device like a mobile phone. You could plug in your mobile phone with USB and it sends out the video signal.
Yeah.
Well, it has USB-C on there, so that would work too. And the reason I wanted to bring this up was years ago in the PlayStation 3 era, they had the PlayStation TV, right? And
yeah, I had that.
It was a great TV, wasn't
the 3D TV?
Yes, the 3D TV. That's right.
Yep.
That was a great TV. And at the time, I always wondered, and a lot of people did too. I think a lot of the reviews at the time said this was that, excuse me.
And had the PlayStation label on it too, right?
Right. It had the PlayStation label and marketing all over it. Right. It was made specifically to play PlayStation on. Not that you couldn't use it as a TV. Indeed, it was a TV.
Yeah.
But it was made for that with the glasses and everything.
That was back in the PS3 time, right?
Yeah. Right. It was in the PS3 era when when 3D was a thing again. Right. Yep. So that was a great display. Unfortunately, it had an issue where the chip that kept the firmware on it was no good. Right. So, they started breaking real easy, but it's an easy fix. But it's an easy fix. There's a website out there that has the ROM file that you need. And basically you put on a chip and you solder in the new chip and it fixes the problem, right? And that TV works great, right?
I'll tell you this, man. I had to take back 2 of them back to Best Buy.
But that's what the problem was.
Yeah.
So if anybody, can get their hands on it for dirt cheap, like $5 or something, it would be worth the money, like the $5 or $15 it's going to take to fix it. Because it's just a chip that's wrong with it, nothing else, right? But at the time when it came out, that was a great device because it's like, it makes sense. Sony makes TVs. They make PlayStation. Why don't they have a display that's made for gamers? It should have been a whole line of displays, right?
Yeah.
Made for PlayStation, compatible with PlayStation, whatever logo they wanted to have on it, right? But unfortunately, that display, this is why I bring up the issue with the chip on it, is because of this issue with the chip, I think it killed the whole plan for it. I think they really did have this kind of plan, but then it all messed up. Plus 3D didn't, it flopped immediately after that, right? So it's unfortunate.
Yeah, now, it didn't last that long at all.
Right.
I had, like I said, I had, up to 3. The last one did work out long term, and it was a great monitor or TV, whatever you want to call it, with my PS3 at that time. But times change. You get bigger TVs. It's like it just was useless to me after a while. But it was good. Yeah, it was a good. It was a good TV.
And that's the thing about this. Okay, so now Sony 2 generations later, they're trying again. Because they're doing all this stuff on PC now. Okay, so you see on the corner of the monitor, you see that little bit of green there.
Yeah,
that's the NVIDIA logo. It's also G-Sync, right?
See if I can zoom into that.
Hit Control and plus and minus. If you hit Control plus, you can zoom in. Control and then plus. You can keep doing it, and then when you want to reset it later, you just hit Control 0.
Yeah.
Okay. You see the little G-Sync right there, and that's the NVIDIA logo, right? Because they're also pushing onto PC. Now they're saying in-zone products are a waste of money, except maybe the M9. And Spike, I agree and I disagree. Like this monitor here, right here, this 4K model they have, right? is $899, and it has a lot of features that a lot of PC monitors are only just now beginning to have, right? And there's a lot of college students and stuff who would need a smaller monitor instead of getting themselves like a 42-inch OLED from LG, which is only slightly more money, but you get a lot more out of it, right?
Yeah.
On the sound would be better. It's got more HDMI ports. It's OLED. It's got this. It's got that, right? And I know a lot of people don't trust OLED, but putting that aside, that would be a better display to purchase, right? But besides the price, it's otherwise a great display and a return to what Sony tried to do a couple generations ago. Now they also have a pair of headphones that are $300.
Yeah, I saw the pricing on that.
It sounds a lot like the MX4 headset, which is about the same price, if not $100 more. They're high-end headsets, right? So these headsets that they have aren't cheap, but they're not crap neither.
They're good. I mean, I have the earbuds, and they're amazing.
Right. So I've seen 2 video reviews that compare these new white headphones that come along with these monitors that they're releasing now, these end zone headphones, right? That are comparable to their high-end headphones that they just have, right? The MX4s and 5s, right?
Yeah.
It's comparable to that for a similar price, right? And that's my issue with what Sony is doing once again. They are charging a little bit too much.
They're trying to be Apple.
They're trying to be Apple again. But Apple, ironically, is always and forever trying to be Sony.
Yeah.
That's why Apple is what they are today. Because Steve Jobs had the original Walkman, and he took it apart to see how they got everything into such a small device for the time, right? And Apple was always looking at Sony and thinking to themselves, we need to be like them, right? Now, it's ironic that Sony is trying to be like Apple again, and it's and you see what Spike agrees. It's the pricing that's the main issue. If it was just slightly less, let's say 200 less, it would be an instant recommend, right?
Yeah.
And in fact, they have a 1080p model that's like, I think it's $600, right? And it's 240 hertz, right? That's great too. But Tech, if you could play that video right quick from that tab that I had from before.
Yeah. Let's see.
You have to unmute it.
All right.
It's muted on the
All right. So, did you want to give a little heads up, or you just go ahead and play it?
This is from a review site called Hardware Unboxed. They review monitors and all types of stuff. They get into the nitty gritty, and they have a video review of the M9, and you'll see the chart there. But the main issue I want to talk about is the response time, because they're advertising a response time, as you can see on the chart. You can see on the chart right there of 1 millisecond. It's nowhere near that. It's 5 times as high. Play the video, please.
All right, let's play it. Can you guys hear it?
No, you need to turn the volume up. It's already maxed out.
All right, let me.
Because you had the audio switch to something else before.
Let me stop. Let me stop it here. Oh, I think I know what I did.
The M5 is way overpriced for 1080p. I agree.
It would be more accurate to describe this as a 5 millisecond.
Now?
Yeah, okay, just hit play. Could you pause that music that you have in the background? I think that's what the problem is.
Could you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear, but could you pause the music in the background? Because I think that's what's messing it up. I couldn't hear it at all just now.
Okay, let me do that. Hold on. There.
Alrighty then. Now we don't hear anything.
Still don't hear it?
Nope. We used to hear it before, but whatever you did, you need to undo that.
Let's see. Trying to here.
Fortunately, the lack of an sRGB mode is disappointing here.
I'll do this.
It was actually working just there. So
was it?
Yeah.
In the motion section, Sony are misleading customers when suggesting this panel is capable of 1 millisecond response times. This is possible in the highest overdrive setting, but practically speaking, that mode is unusable. It would be more accurate to describe this as a 5 millisecond monitor. Sony also get docked for not including backlight strobing, but other areas are solid. Then for HDR, as we've been talking about, I think the HDR performance qualifies for basic HDR, though its performance could be better as seen from several penalties. Fortunately, the lack of an sRGB mode is disappointing.
Oh, it's just repeating.
Yeah, it's just looping now. Okay, so long story short, the response time is worse than they're claiming on both of them. It's slightly too much money on both models, the 1080p and the 4K model. And the HDR isn't as all that it's cracked up to be. And this is unfortunate because once again, Sony is putting out this hardware that will it's in their wheelhouse, right? This is what they do, and they long since did this, long before even PlayStation was a thing, right?
Yeah.
You would think they come out with a monitor, it works with the PlayStation, it even switches its modes depending on what the PlayStation is doing because
I thought that was a cool feature.
Yeah, it has great features. They even have software on the PC where you can control everything on the monitor from within the PC, right? It's a great monitor, but it costs too much. The response time is not where it should be. There's a couple of things wrong with this monitor, and there are plenty of monitors, especially if you watch this review from Hardware Unboxed. They compare it to a litany of monitors, and they're all better than this monitor in one way or another, or at least in aggregate get with multiple aspects, right? It's unfortunate because this was so close to being an instant recommend. So close. It's unfortunate, really.
Yeah. Let's see here. Oops. Here's the pricing and some of the features between the M9 and the M3.
Yeah. 144 hertz, which I don't even know what they have that because the PlayStation doesn't do that. But for PC, because it's not just for PlayStation, this is also marketed for PC as well. So it's got the 144 hertz. It's got the variable refresh. It's got DisplayPort. It's got USB-C. It's got all the check marks.
Yeah.
Until
I think it has like
details.
three. No, it has two HDMIs, which I like. I like that it has two.
And it has DisplayPort and it has USB-C. And they can all be used for input. They could all be used for input to input a device to it. It's just so close, but no cigar. And it's unfortunate, really. Because I really wanted to be able to suggest this monitor until I saw those details. It's like when you read the fine print, it all starts to fall apart. It really is unfortunate.
Almost there, Sony. You almost had it.
Yeah, man. Keep trying, Sony. Keep trying. And bring the price down. That's the main thing, Sony.
Yeah.
I would excuse a lot of these issues if the price wasn't so high. Because not much more
when
you can get a much larger OLED. A much larger OLED, but slightly more.
Sick. The thing is, man, when they don't make their own stuff, right? And they got to split the profits, then that's when you get the pricing that you get from Sony. Like, are they making their own things with these monitors? Because I know, like, when they're with their TVs, it's not their own. It's LG.
You know what? You're right. But Sony used to do all of this, and that's the thing about it.
Well,
you would think even if they're not too heavy into it now, right. So you would think, even though they're not completely, balls deep into the market like they used to be, you would think they would have certain aspects. A lot of the parts, are Sony parts. You would think, but probably not. And that's probably what explains this right here. They left so many markets that they used to rule, right? And just left it for whatever reason, and now they're trying to get back into it with an otherwise great product, but they're charging too much because a lot of it isn't in-house anymore.
Yeah.
Well, price is supposed to be synonymous with quality, right?
Right.
Because I remember back in the day, like when it came to Sony products, people would complain about how much they spent for them because they would break. So now they still have the name recognition, right? But they're not making their own components. And like, that's the big thing. Their thing is sound, right? That's why they have some of the best headphones on the market. Like,
except this monitor here has horrible sound, and I bet you they did it on purpose.
Then they have to charge you more, and then you already don't like the price, right? So like Tech was saying, he has the earbuds. Like, I have the WFM 1000s or something like that. But like, those are like my best earbuds, but they won't stay in my ear. I can only play with them if I'm sitting on the couch. But like
Wow.
that's where they succeed, right? Like they have one of the best codecs on the market. But like with TVs, I don't know, man. They might want to just step out, like they stepped away from the PC market, and soon I think they'll be stepping away from the phone market. You know, and
I
just
thought they left the phone market alone. Oh,
well,
no,
they still
No,
they still got the one.
they still have the experience. We
Yeah,
just
that's
don't
right.
buy them.
That's right.
You know, they just came out with another one that I thought, like, man, if that was a Sony phone, they're finally getting close. Because I
Yeah,
really hate what Apple did to HTC, because that was.
Oh, you were an HTC guy, huh?
But Sony, huh? Yeah,
You were
well, I'm not anymore. I mean, once Sony took them to the cleaners, I mean, you know, the only thing they really got going is the Vive right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but I moved on to Samsung, and right now, to me, Samsung makes the best phones.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know,
Agreed.
but Apple does have the best CPUs, and they're the Bionics. The Fold 3. I got a Pixel 6, but
You got my new
my
9.
girls, they have the new iPads, so that's how I'll get to, you know, stay in touch with Apple a little bit. But like I said, they don't make their screens, but that chip that they have, but they won't share the chip.
Yeah.
Like nobody wants Samsung's Exynos, and then Exynos doesn't run with 5G or Qualcomm radios anyway. So they're stuck with selling the Exynos over there in the mid market anyway. What do you call it? The European market anyway. So I don't know, but yeah, I have to find out, like, do they make it? Is it their components? Because they haven't been using their own components. Same thing like Samsung. Samsung is using LG components. Like you can have a Samsung refrigerator. We have a Samsung refrigerator, but it's basically an LG.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because we have our refrigerator. I go to my brother and sister-in-law's house. I'm like, man, y'all's refrigerator looks just like ours. You know what I mean? And it's an LG, and they paid $1,300 for theirs. You know?
Does it have the big screen that shows the food inside?
Mine does.
Does it really?
It wasn't worth the extra money.
So does it show like your food, or is it like some kind of display?
Bro, I can look at my refrigerator on my phone. But look, look, all that stuff sounds good until you like, man, that. I always knew that I didn't care about that stuff. My wife did. She thought it would be cool to have something on the refrigerator. Well, I can listen to this while I cook. Somewhat, but not really.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, man, you know, because the one I picked up was that LG, and I get sick every time I go to my brother-in-law, sister-in-law's house, and then to my other brother-in-law, sister-in-law's house. They have LG refrigerator, but all their washer and dryer and all that stuff is Samsung. But when you go to Lowe's or Home Depot, they'll tell you that that's basically an LG. Well, when I was a child, I thought it was Depot. So it's still Depot. Right?
I think you said that as a joke.
Right? No, when I was a child, I said, Mama, what's at the Home Depot? And she was like, it's the Depot. But it's still been the home, and she still jokes with me about Home Depot. But when you go there, they'll tell you that their refrigerator is basically an LG. So you might as well get an LG.
Yeah, but
and
the
same thing
LG
with the TV.
Really is? Yeah, but do you know who LG really is?
Life's good. I don't know.
Lucky Gold. That's Gold Star. LG is Gold Star. Remember Gold Star?
No.
You don't even remember them.
What, the little symbol?
LG is Gold Star. That's what LG
like the rating
is.
system?
No, Gold Star, the brand.
I don't remember what Gold Star is.
Dude, there must have been something they sold in the Bahamas.
All I remember of Gold Star is it was like some rating system.
No, it was a brand. They had TVs and VCRs and all types of stuff. It was electronics.
Bro, where were you?
Huh?
Where were you when you experienced Gold Star? In Haiti or United States?
I lived in America all my life. I went to Haiti when I was 3 for a couple weeks. Man.
Dude, I've never heard of Gold Star.
Wow.
Ever. I'm gonna Google it. I'm about to Google it.
I'm trying. I see nothing but phones.
Okay, realist, aren't you older than I? Because I'm 42. Aren't you older than I?
You're older than me.
I know. Oh, I'm older than you, but I know Sick is older than me. Okay.
Only by
bro.
I'm 65.
Like, yeah, I'm 41, bro.
Gold Star was just another brand. It was another brand. You know, RCA, Sony, you know, Toshiba. There was a bunch of them, right?
Did it have a gold star?
No, it's called Gold Star. One word, Gold Star. That was the brand. It still exists, but they changed their name to LG. LG means Lucky Gold Star.
Oh,
it's
a South Korean company.
Right.
I thought it was Life Good.
And they became LG.
They just remarketed, rebranded themselves and everything. You remember in the early 2000s?
It's from Lucky Chemical and LG Cable.
Right.
Okay. Learn something new every day.
Okay. I'll put it to you like this. LG became a thing in the early 2000s with the Mac Cube and all that. You remember they used to have those LCDs that were like all clear in like the early 2000s from Apple?
Oh, that big wide looking thing with
those were
the neon casing.
Those were LG monitors. Gold Star basically reformatted the whole company, and it's been, you know, well over 20 years. They're kicking ass on all the Japanese manufacturers that used to be best in breed. They all suck now. Sony, Toshiba, most of them don't even exist anymore. But look at Onkyo just went to Chapter 11. Okay, all the big Japanese brands are slowly dying, and the Koreans and the Chinese are killing them. Okay, when it comes to
the way you said it, man, that sounds kind of racist.
Business-wise, the Korean, and it's mostly Samsung and LG when it comes to Korea, right?
Like
and then there's all the Chinese brands, right? They're destroying Japan in every way possible. Even PlayStation, they don't have their offices in Japan anymore. It's in California now.
It's in California, yeah.
It's like they've been losing in all of these markets for a long time. So it's just incredible to see. And this is why Sony, I had to get back to this monitor. Like, it's so close, yet so far. And it's exactly for the reason that Realist was saying. Because they're not making their own parts anymore. It's costing them way too much, even though they naturally charge too much anyway. But this is even worse than that. It's unfortunate. It's so close. So freaking close. And this is twice in a row it's messed up for them because, like I said, with that PlayStation TV, that was a great display until they all started breaking because of the chip that held the firmware was faulty. That was it. Once you replace that chip, it was fine. I know lots of people who still had that monitor from back then.
Bro, it's like
a backup monitor that still works and everything.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about like Rome Rush, whatever his name is on Twitter, right? Yeah. He got a new Sony TV. I'm like, oh man, he's all out Sony guy, bro. Like,
oh jeez.
Like those like when I went to the store, they were like, because they had a good price on that something H or whatever it was, and they had a good price on it. It's like, don't get that TV, man.
Yeah.
And he said, don't get that TV, man. If you want to get a good TV, man, just get that TV.
It's not 1997 anymore.
I was trying to save some money, you know, because it was supposed to be 2.1. And then, man, that dude really steered me in the right direction, bro, because that TV was not 2.1, even though it said so. It was supposed to
H9, something like that.
It was something with an H in it. And but
it was
kind
of like their PlayStation 5. It's a PlayStation 4.5.
Yep.
And it was supposed to work great with the PlayStation 5. I know the model you're talking about. Yep.
But so like but then the firmware update wasn't even available, right? So it was like, yo, like man, he really like. I mean, he cost me $700 more, but like that was a good look, bro. Because I would have been highly pissed off. I would have had to repackage that. I mean, they'll come pick it up, but like I would have had to wait for my refund and all that, bro. Like because that TV, and that's why I don't doubt anything that you say, even though I don't know anything. I'm not in the market for a monitor. Like I'll find a good monitor, and I'll kind of trust because I'm not a TV guy. I'm more of a sound guy. Like I got like some of the best headphones. That I like. I want to make it sound better before I'm looking for 4K crisp visuals. I want performance. Give me 60, 100. I got a monitor that will do over 200, and give me that. And it's never going to be at 4K. So give me that and some good ass headphones, and I'm good.
Well, get that Dolby app. Sounds really good.
Well, I got Dolby a couple weeks ago because I gave the the lifetime code that came with the Plantronics. I gave him those headphones, so I gave him the code for it, and so now I had to get it. It's
So
like
how does it carry
$16.
around with you? Because I know I got mine on the Xbox, so I know it's tied to my Xbox account.
Yeah,
Right.
it's tied to your login.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the funny thing
but what
about
if you want
mine.
to take it outside? Like, you can't do it, right?
Well, I use it on the PC. I use it on the
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's on the PC as well. Yeah, with the same account. Right.
Oh, okay.
He's botting again. He's
Uh-oh.
botting. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
oh,
he needs a
wow.
somebody needs to get him a Sony something.
Nah. You can get an LG.
and they need to get a Sony phone.
Nah, you need to get an LG and it'll actually work, or a Samsung.
Yeah, my
LG
bad. I'm driving
microphone.
through the trees, bro. If I start biting, y'all say you hear biting, I'm gonna shut up.
Oh, okay. Okay, what were you saying when you first started? Because we didn't hear anything that you were saying.
You said you're.
Hell, I don't even remember now.
You said something about sound and headphones.
No, I
and
don't
then-
know.
He's like, stop yelling at me.
No, just saying I'm cool. Stop it! Like I'm curling up, right? Nah, I'm good. Like you guys like bigger on the TV side. Like you start talking about headphones, and then I'm in like or sound surround system. The last thing I said I remember now is that Dolby Atmos is free if you have a surround sound anyway. So I don't know where else you would need to carry it.
Okay, I get it.
And then if you have a Galaxy phone, it's included on your phone already too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's built into
yeah.
the phone. Yeah.
But, I mean, don't tell me you're one of those that blares your phone out in public listening to music. And
No,
when I
I'm
say
one of those
people, I
guys
mean
that
those
has.
people.
And I'm one of those guys that get that like if my wife ever hears me say this, I'm in trouble, right? Like I'm one of those guys. If I hear like a buzzword or read a buzzword in the marketing for some earbuds or headphones, I'm all in. I'm one of those guys who is subscribed to like Mass Drop, and they hit me up with the latest headphones, and
you're that kind of guy.
that's me.
Oh, boy.
You know what I'm saying?
No one
So,
hiding that from your
like,
wife. Okay, I got you,
bro, some Sennheiser headphones hit the door. I said, man, I ordered those like last year. They just got that.
They got.
Bro, because I got some other ones, what do you call them? IMEs coming in. Like, so I want to see what that's all about. Like, I never really cared. Like I was saying.
Here. Like I
was saying,
know what those things are, but I don't know nothing about them in terms of how good they are or not. This is your area of expertise.
Well, yeah. Like I said, I know what they are, but like I've read about them, but I've never bought a pair, right? Because like Tech brought up his earbuds. I don't know what model you have, Tech.
That's right here. This is the ones I got.
Okay, what are those? Yeah, that's it. Those
XM3.
Those are the
XM3.
best. Those are the best ones, and you got the B&Os that are pretty nice, and then you have the. I don't have these. That's why I can't think of the last one I was about to bring up.
This is like the model before the ones that are out now.
Well,
the one in the upper right is the one that's out now, right? That one right there, MX4. Right.
Yeah, the MX4 is what's out right now. Yeah.
Right.
But the MX3 are
no.
nice.
Hold on, let me see.
I mean,
yeah, okay, yeah. I have the ones that you got on the screen.
Yeah.
The 1000. I didn't even pay attention to the last 3 numbers because I know they came up with some new ones that are like 270.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's okay.
Okay, Eli, let me pick your brain then, since you're the sound guy here. Okay, I know. These are the earbuds, but the above ear headphones that they have, the X4s.
No, and
right?
I want those too.
Those. You do?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, the PlayStation headphones
I want the over ear
$300
one.
Are $300, right? The X4s are either Actually, I think I have them in my Amazon wish list, right? I think they're either $300 or $400, so that would be $100 difference, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the review I saw claimed those headphones, those new PlayStation headphones that are white, are comparable to them. Like they sounded just about the same to the guy, right? Now, I didn't look because all the marketing is really about these 2 monitors. Like they barely mention these headphones that are supposed to be releasing at the same time. But have you heard anything about them or anything?
Well, look, man, I'm kind of sour on gaming headsets altogether, man. Because like I was just talking to Legal like 2 weeks ago, like those B&Os that are the $500 for Xbox. They're not $400 better. You see what I'm saying? Like they can hype them up all they want to, but they're still gaming headphones. And unless you're gonna be able to put an amp or something to them to like crank them up, the presets are not that cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't buy them. I'm like the B&Os. I took those back. Like I got those and I went right back to the $99 Xbox Bluetooth.
Yeah,
that's what I'm on right now.
These are the over the ear ones that I want.
Right.
From Sony.
But like you want to walk. See, look, I like to use mine for the gym.
I think as well.
Well, yeah, but see, that's for like people who fly. You need the noise cancellation and or your kids, you can't control them or something. Like you can get good sound from a lot of different headphones. 348 is not too bad.
I don't think.
Yeah, but 348 is not bad for those.
Yeah. 1,000.
But I don't need them.
Right now, I got the JBLs from like 4 years ago that my sister gave me. They still sound good, but once these break, I'm gonna get one of those right there.
Oh, okay. Okay, here's the X5s. I'm gonna send you a link to the X5s, right? In the private chat, right? Now, okay, look at the I'll put those up on the screen. Please. Okay, now this headset here, you see
I don't like the design
model.
though.
Okay, now click on the white model.
On the white model?
Yeah, the white model right there. Scroll up to right under the price. You see where it's black and white.
Oh.
Right above about this item. Above at the top of the screen.
Okay. I got it.
Hit silver. Okay, that's what the PlayStation headsets look like.
Yeah.
And
they're $300. And these are the M5s. The M4s you were looking at a second ago. And these are refurbished ones, right? Because brand new, they're $400.
Yeah.
They did not replace the M4s. The M4s exist still. The M3s were discontinued when they came out the M4s. The M4s were not discontinued when they came out the M5s. The PlayStation headphones are basically the M5s, but lesser. For $300.
This looks like it's gonna break.
It's got the same design. It got that same little arm design that's different than the M4, and that's what they look like.
But see, the thing is,
PlayStation headphones, and I can't find them anywhere to show.
But see, the thing is with the PlayStation headphones, right? I don't think that they would put the noise cancellation on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
the same.
And that's
what makes the price what it is, because it's like same thing with those earbuds. It's best in class noise cancellation.
So it's like cancel the noise good.
Right. So it's like, what are you really paying for if they do present those premium headphones? Like, because I'm telling you, man, those B&Os, man, nah. Like the earbuds they make, they're like $250. Those are good, but like those headphones, they're not $400 better than the Xbox headphones. I got some Sennheiser gaming headphones too. Those are not better than the Xbox. Not that much better.
Oh yeah, and there's one more thing I forgot. You see these PlayStation headphones I keep talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
To use them on the PlayStation, you have to use a dongle. Still.
What? Why would there be any change, bro?
On the PlayStation, I can understand if it works. Okay, well, it's a Bluetooth headset, so you can have two devices at the same time, right?
Yeah.
But why to connect to the PlayStation that's already Bluetooth, because all the controllers are Bluetooth?
Yeah.
Why does it need a dongle?
Well, because I'm pretty sure it's a different radio. Like, is it 5.2 now? And then, what are the controllers? So I don't know. Like, you always needed a dongle. You need a dongle for the Pulse 3Ds too.
I got a dongle.
But
we all got dongles. Hopefully.
hey, that's what God gave me. What can I say? But what the hell, Sony? Y'all, listen. If Steve Jobs was alive, he would clown them on this, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
How you come out with a console that's got Bluetooth for 3 generations now, and you still need a dongle for the headphones that are made for them? What is wrong?
Well, because like with Xbox, the Xbox headphones, the B&Os, the Xbox ones, they don't need a dongle, right?
They don't need a dongle.
The other ones,
thing. Yeah.
The other ones have to connect and then connect to. You plug in the bass, right, for the amp or whatever, and then those connect to the headphones, right? I think because that's not IR anymore. Like those Astros.
Yeah.
Like you still have to have it connected somehow.
You have to plug in that mix amp to the USB. They have a firmware update. Now you're plugging the USB and all that, but still, to get in the butt. pain in
But
the butt.
Sony, yeah, bro, I got that big old dongle sitting out the front of that thing, man. And I was like, man, this is whack, bro. I should go in on it. You know what I'm saying? Cause
Okay,
like,
so
cause
these H9s, these new headphones are called H9s. They do have noise cancellation. That's why they're $300. But they have a cheaper, but they do have a cheaper model, the H7. This is on the Verge article. I'm reading this.
and,
these
are the PlayStation headphones.
Yeah, there's 3 models of them. There's the H9 for $300, right? It's got noise cancellation and 32 hours of battery life, and it's comparable to the M3s, right? Because it inherited like a lot of technology from that series. In fact, I'll send you the article from The Verge. But basically, they have 3 versions, right? So they have a version that's $229, it says here, right? And it's missing the noise cancellation. Right? And it must be missing a couple other things. And then they have a $100 pair that's called the H3s that are wired. Right?
Wired? Who uses wired?
For $100.
All right, here it goes.
Ain't nothing wrong with wire, bro. You're gonna always get the best sound quality through wire.
Right. But when the competition is doing the same thing, and it's wireless, and you can plug them in if you want to with USB-C, by the way, right? Because that's what I do when I'm on podcasts. Like,
that's the best way, bro.
But Jesus, man, Sony, once again, charging way too much. And at least these headphones are comparable because, it's got the lineage of their more professional headphones. And, okay, that's a bit more excusable than the monitor, right? But, wow, Sony. Wow. And there's hardly any pictures to see, like, no other article. I've looked everywhere. This is the only article I could find a picture of both the headphones and this dongle here to show you what I'm talking about. Right.
Little dookie dongle, man.
Yep.
Oh, and there's a Switch? There's a Switch for PC or PS5. Dude, that is sold 3 generations ago.
And it's a Bluetooth headset. What's the dongle doing?
Oh, bro, look, man. We let Nintendo make it, and they had Bluetooth in their little thing the whole time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All these years, like, man, dude, you have people with workarounds with like Bluetooth jacks in their switches, and it was there the whole time.
I give them a little bit of a pass because if you use the Bluetooth for your headphones, then you can't do certain other things. Like you have to have the controllers plugged in because the controllers are Bluetooth and they can only connect to a certain number of devices at the same time, and thus you can't use like the I forget what they call those little controls in the Switch. But you can't take them off and use the headphones at the same time or something like that.
Joystick.
Because they could only
so that's still trash.
It's still
and you want to give them a pass? Okay.
I don't want to give them a pass. I'm saying that I give them a pass as to why they waited so long. What I don't give them a pass for is the reason why they had to wait so long. They should have never had it like this in the first place. How the hell do you not have enough Bluetooth allocation for headphones and the controllers at the same time? What the hell?
You got to remember that the Switch was coming off of the Wii U, man. It's like this was like a fingers crossed release, and if it doesn't work, we're going to go into theme parks.
Did you see this critique here? One downside, however, is that they are simply huge on your head.
I don't care.
Yeah.
How big are they? In the crib, I don't care.
Dude, if the sound quality is there, nobody's gonna care. They're gonna have strong necks, bro. Like people, look, these people, they have to come up with a critique, right? And when they can't come up with one, they'll say something like it doesn't feel as good as I expected in the hands, or it's too big on your head, or something stupid. So that lets me know the headphones might be decent.
Yep.
That's what she said, right?
I'm not spending that much money on these. No, thank you.
Nah, like I don't play on that console enough.
Yeah, man.
Oh, whatever. You've been playing that Ghost Tokyo thing
on his PC?
No, dude, that's PC.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not buying an Xbox timed exclusive on a PlayStation. I ain't gonna lie, I did buy Deathloop, bro. It was $29.
He's like, I ain't gonna lie.
Because Kena, because see, my thing was, man, time deals I'm buying on PC, bro. Like Kena, I got Kena,
everybody's mad about.
I got Final Fantasy on Steam. Is it good, bro? I'm gonna tell you like this, man.
I have it on my
we gotta stop paying attention to these dudes on Twitter because, like, they do more talking than gaming. Like they're not really playing these games; they're just talking about them. If the word exclusive is attached to the title, they're gonna hype it up, right?
Yeah.
When they thought Harry Potter was gonna be some type of exclusive, they started hyping it up, and then they started saying, "Oh well, it might get some DLC this for the platform." Like, Kena is a AA game made by animators, kind of like on par with Hellblade, Ninja Theory people, right? That's their forte. That's their expertise. Like, their games are gonna look good, but when you play the game, you can see some of those AA hitches, right? Although it looks pretty throughout, you're gonna see like the combat is a little iffy. You know what I'm saying? There's things that happen with the pacing. The story is okay. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. Playing Ghostwire reminds me of playing Kena because you have to cure corruption, but it's just like the rot. You or the gunk.
Whoa.
What?
Did you burp or something? Hiccup?
Man, look, I was saying something, I hiccup.
Yeah.
So
it's like beer getting to me too when it comes to the burps. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's an okay game, man. I'm not gonna for the team for it being their first game.
Yeah,
it's an achievement and they deserve their kudos for it. But you like me, you play all kinds of games, so I think you will find an appreciation for it, especially if you finish the game like Gunk.
Yeah,
it's like Souls Light, but a cartoon.
Oh,
it's like
I don't like Soul-like stuff.
Yeah, but it's not as
punishing?
Irritating. I don't call it punishing. I call it irritating. Like y'all try to make it sound like y'all overcoming something. That's just an irritation, man. Like nah, man. It's either fun. It's either fun or it isn't, bro. And like when they make a game just so cheap, you know what I'm saying? You get a dude all the way down to next to nothing, and he one shots you. Like, is that fun? Like, no, that's not fun, bro. I don't care, and I don't need to tell you that I got my ass kicked 100 times, and wear like a badge of honor. That stuff's not fun to me, man.
I'm going to say the most obvious thing ever. These are video games. You play games for fun.
No, I buy and play games so I can brag about it.
About it on the internet. Or no. You lie about buying it on the internet to people.
Hey.
I'm a gamer tag.
Hey, I bought a PlayStation twice. Okay.
I bought one for my brother.
So did you keep this second one?
Second one's still with me. I got a possible buyer tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Man, look, man, they talk about people can't sell their Xboxes, man. You gotta chronicle this bull crap. You've been holding on to that. You've been holding on to that router for about 3 weeks, bro.
I say nobody wants this PlayStation because I still got mine. Nobody wants to pay $1,000 for it, and I'm upset.
Buyer, based on how everybody was talking.
Yeah.
So
the buyer, but nobody wanted it.
Tech, what's your asking price?
8.
Okay.
Which I think is fair.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I just know somebody that would pay above retail, but 8.
Nah, that's too much. Yeah.
I don't know if he wants to pay 8, and then like I'm not just talking on my ass. Like I'll come meet you halfway. You know what I'm saying? Like he really wants it. He wants to buy mine.
Yeah.
Hey, come on, man. You ain't playing with. So what, man? It's mine.
Come on, man.
You know
you have a PS5?
Huh?
You have a PS5?
Yeah.
No, not Tech.
Oh.
I mean, realist.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's always said it.
Yeah.
How did I miss this? Why
he's mentioned it a long time ago.
When they first came out, man, I was slanging them.
And then you still have one left over.
And then that last one, I was like, you know what, man? My wife called me out. She said, "Why don't you keep it and play it because you can't keep shitting on it if you don't give it a try." So here I am giving it a try.
Shipping box,
bro. Like, I'll ask, "What's the most you'll pay for a PlayStation?" And then if your guy don't come through, we'll have to get it together.
All right.
Because he said because I'm gonna tell you it's like this, bro. What he said, I ain't trying to pay $800 for it or nothing. So he said $800. I said, oh.
Okay. I'm sure your wife is a nice person and all, but long story short, she cost you money because, and this is just me, and you're gonna have to let me know how you feel because you never talk about it So much so that I completely
He
missed.
say he plays nothing but
right?
bangers on.
Right? So. Listen, your wife
That's what
convinced
she
you to
said.
keep the last one because you've been talking so much crap about it that if you play it, you won't talk crap about it anymore. Now listen.
Well,
I told you,
not that. I can't. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll wait for you to finish.
Got one from Sony directly, right? They emailed me like, "Hey, you want to buy one on this time, this date? You just have the money ready." Boom, right? I told my brother, he bought it, right? I've been to his house. I've played it, right? Now then, if all of that didn't happen, I swear I'm not capping. I'm not trying to talk crap about Sony. I always say, if they bring up a product that I want, I will buy it, right? And as time progresses, I have less and less of a reason, not more of a reason, right? So that's not on me, that's on Sony, right? Yeah. Now then, all that being said, my brother now has one. I've been there. I've played it multiple times. My opinion hasn't changed at all. And I don't think yours has either. And your wife, long story short, cost you money, bro. That's what I think.
Well, yeah, now she tells me to sell it, right? So like, this is the thing, man. Like, I've been in a YouTube community, I guess, right? Like on YouTube for about 3 years, right? And that's probably whenever Mooch and Crap was still Xbox guys, that's when I first got on because those were my first 2 guys that I watched, right? Mm-hmm. And so I'd be on there chatting and going in, you know, in the chat room and stuff. I used to do it on Facebook, just talking junk. Right. But in every Xbox podcast, you would see Xbox has no games, and you would see Xbox doesn't have any bangers like PlayStation, right? So the first thing I did was play the quote unquote bangers, and because well, I did that on PC because there was no way I was gonna pay a penny over $19.99 for that game. But like, so I always looked at the games, right, and I was like, this is what they're hyping up. Now, this is what I noticed with Sony. Sony has the best presentation, right? Their console is the interface, the mood music, like they make you feel like you're really about to do something, right? So what they've done with their games is instead of giving you a lot of great gameplay, they give you a lot of great movies in the game. They give you a lot of like what do you call them? Effects, right? You get the explosions, you get the pretty graphics, but that does not make a game treatment. Right. But it does not that doesn't make a game fun for me. You know what I'm saying? No. Like a game being fun.
You don't eat gravy for dinner. You eat chicken coated in gravy.
Right, because you jump on gears, you're getting everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I played those Last of Us games. I played the Uncharted, bought the old ones. And so far, man, the only thing that's undeniable for me with them is Ghost of Tsushima. And that's just Assassin's Creed in Japan for me.
In Japan, basically.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the vibe I got.
I don't knock it for that, though. Like, I'm not bringing it up as a negative. I don't know if you are or aren't, but I don't knock it for being that. That's why I think that was the GOTY of the year, at least on PlayStation, right?
Like, which one? Last of Us?
No. Ghost of Tsushima. That should have been.
They didn't win Game of the Year. That's why you threw me off.
Last of Us did.
Last of Us won it.
Ghost should have, right? Because that truly was. And it's exactly what you're saying. It's Assassin's Creed in Japan, but that's what's great about it. Because we know Assassin's Creed is great. It's Assassin's Creed in Japan.
It is very pretty.
When they say it's a knock. I'm not saying you are, by the way. I'm just saying it. You know,
I love Assassin's Creed.
I think he's trying to say
it looks great.
No, I love Assassin's Creed, bro. It's just that when Valhalla dropped, I dropped Ghost of Tsushima. You see what I'm saying? So like, but that game is still on the back of my mind. I would prefer it to hit Steam sooner over Spider-Man. Like, I'm not a Spider-Man dude. I don't care. Like, but my son played it. He liked it. So that's I guess I got my money's worth out of that. And then God of War 2018 was another movie game where slow dragging axe puzzles, and I was like, no. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to sit back and watch this movie about a man and his boy. So Yeah, I mean, like if you're into the lore and everything, because if you look at my exo phase on my profile for all those sea suckers out there on Twitter that like to call people out for not playing games, I
Right.
beat God of War 3, but God of War 2018, no, it's not fun. And there's a guy, he made like 2 separate hour videos breaking down why God of War 2018 is trash compared to the old God of War. And I'm like, you know what, bro, I feel you, but like these guys hyping up Ragnarok, man. Like, man, I wait till that thing hits the surface or something. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
The
Like,
thing I don't like about God of War is that basically it's they took a what do they call that? Like an over the shoulder game, right?
Yeah.
And they put the skin of God of War on top of it. That's not a God of War game to me. Not that it's not a good game. I still think it's a great game, right? But it's not a God of War game. It's an over the shoulder. You fight like.
So what was the old ones like? Because I never played anything before that.
Jump around.
You ever play Dante's Inferno
or Devil May Cry, stuff like that?
Devil May Cry,
yeah.
Yeah, it plays like
some
that.
more
You
like
can
that.
jump and stuff. And
yeah, now Kratos can't even jump.
Bro. He can't even fight multiple people at the same time. I've noticed this, right? If there's 3 people, right? If there's 3 enemies, if you attack one, the other 2 are like in the periphery.
Well, it's because the other 2 guys know they're like, oh crap, man, this guy's gonna take us out quick.
The PS2 games didn't even do that. What the hell?
the PS2 game was like real big on combo stringing.
Yep.
Because I'm playing that on the Steam Deck, right? So like it's more about combo stringing and missing your combos and having to start all over again. Look, man, like if you like it, that's great. I'm just not a fan of what Sony's primary offering is, which is the movie games.
Man, I thought Death Stranding was gaudy.
It's pathetic.
No, Death Stranding, man, you guys enjoyed it, and like so far I think I got 4 hours, so maybe there's 2 more hours before I get to the fun.
No,
you know, they say you got to play it for 5 hours before it really starts to open up for you. Like,
wow,
who came up with that bright idea to drag a game out for 5 hours? I guess that's for demo people.
Get a car.
Nah, that's what they made that for the demo service that Sony just dropped. So like, you know, they won't figure it out in 5 hours. You know what I'm saying? They won't even get to play the game for real in 5 hours.
Oh, can you imagine
that trial or whatever it is?
You know they're trying to do that whole demo thing for anything that's over $34, and maybe Death Stranding falls into that criteria. Dude, 2 hours will not get you anywhere on that game
at all. Now you will get to see a few good cutscenes. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I would watch that movie.
Yeah,
that game is
if it was
not fun.
If it was an actual movie, it would be a good movie or a fun movie to watch.
But yeah, man. So like when these guys say, "Oh, Xbox has no games," like, show, man. Look, I'll wait because I actually want to play the games that Xbox told me about. You know what I'm saying? I got over 200 hours in State of Decay. You know what I'm saying? 100 hours in Halo. I don't know life it. It's there for me whenever I want to play it. I don't like if it's lacking content. I'm not paying extra money to play it anyway. I'm not buying battle passes. Now I do have that black and blue uniform, whatever you call it, exosuit, whatever it is. You know, what is it called, Mognier or whatever. So, like I have that. You know, and so what else do they have? They have Hellblade, which I'm not a huge fan of the first Hellblade but it gave me it wet my whistle. It let me know that there was way more that they could do, especially now that they have more money. So I'm interested in Hellblade. But if it plays anything like the first one, where you're playing the same Wicker Men and solving a puzzle every 5 minutes, then I'm gonna cut it off and I'm gonna trash it. But since there was 20 people making that game on $20 million, I understand why they did what they did. Because I play a lot of other indie games, and you can understand why they do what they do.
Right.
But if they got that money from somebody to invest in them, they would lose their soul. Because once they get that money, they start looking just like everybody else.
Well said. Because now they're not in it.
But when Gears comes out, I'll wait for Gears. Yeah, I'll wait for Gears. I'm waiting for State of Decay 3. I want to play those. And I ain't gonna lie, I like Days Gone more than Ponies. Because I like zombies, I like vampires, I like that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I'm
so tired of zombies. But yeah.
If
I wouldn't understand fully.
Yeah, so I love Bethesda, bro. When they got Bethesda, bro, my wife, she looked at me and I said, Xbox bought Bethesda. She said, oh, okay. She didn't look at me like I was stupid.
Yeah.
Like video games, you know what I'm saying? But she's like, I said, Xbox bought Bethesda. Man, my wife and I got 1,400 hours in ESO. You know what I'm saying? That was like my first like RPG that I love. I will wait for Starfield, but I told y'all Starfield wasn't coming anyway last year. So and it's not gonna come in the first half of next year either. So I'm waiting for it whenever it comes. I want to play whatever Obsidian has.
March. Because you trust the name.
March.
What's March?
Starfield.
What's March 1st, man?
Starfield.
No, it's not. Look,
middle of March.
They can put that
middle
all they
of
want
March.
to, bro.
You heard it
because
here
they're
first.
not gonna. Whatever, bro.
He's claiming it.
I gotta claim it.
Oh, Deontay Wild. You know what I'm saying? Look.
That way, when it does come out,
so when is Redfall
I'll be like,
coming?
oh man, I said it first.
But Tech, when is? Look, man, we got so many Game Pass deals that have been delayed, right? They paid money for that, so you're gonna drop all of them on top of each other. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna do that. You gotta give your deals time. You gotta give Redfall time to breathe. You know what I'm saying? And then Hellblade it should be close by now, right?
Right.
Now, say to declare if the rumors are true, I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? That's just off the top of my head that I'm just throwing off these games. I want to play all like those games that they showed. People were complaining about the show, bro. I want to play all those games except for the phone games and Pentiment.
The phone game.
I'm laughing because legal Game Heroes on there, bro. And he can't wait, bro. He's a dude. I never met a Josh Sawyer fan. Like I've seen Kojima fans. I see what's that dude named Barlog fans. But this dude is Josh Sawyer's #1 fan. Miyamoto. Well, I'm a Miyamoto fan, man. You gotta.
That's what I'm saying. He's a little weird dude, but
you gotta give him props, man.
Oh, you know what I just started watching? And I'm like way behind everybody else. It's Squid Game.
Oh, bro.
I haven't started that either.
I just started this week, man. I'm on my last episode.
I just watched the summary instead because I'm like, I don't have time for that, man. I'd rather put.
No, you do want to watch it fully, man. It's good.
Oh no. I've seen certain aspects of it. Like after I watched the summary, I watched like an episode or two, because I knew certain things were gonna happen. But oh my god, and they just started filming. I think the second season, or they just approved it or whatever. Yeah, so it's coming back,
bro. So when is Game of Thrones coming, or House of Dragons or whatever? Oh, you don't care? You sucked his teeth. It's supposed to come this year.
I got so many I gotta watch. I haven't seen Halo yet,
bro. I got so many subscriptions, man. I'm trying to figure out a way to get it for free.
To get my shows.
Man, I just pay for cable, and most of those subscriptions are in there anyway. Like HBO Max and all of them are in there anyway.
Well, no, but Paramount Plus, is that on cable?
Paramount Plus, I don't have that because all they
because Stars
is
Paramount Plus is on the internet.
On there. So
because I can't even use Stars anymore, right? Because I used to watch Power on my phone, right? Because I had it on Xfinity, right? But now I can't even do that.
I can lend you my password because I never use that. But
Doctor is trying to tell you August 21st.
Maybe not because
I guess Squid Games. I don't know.
Oh well, I haven't watched the first season yet.
Yeah.
And I haven't watched Stranger Things yet either because
I haven't watched that either.
I know that this is the last one. I did the same thing with Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad. But
what's that? Together? Want to watch together?
Yeah, man.
Watch Stranger Things together. I'll bring the popcorn.
Yeah, man.
Sweet.
I'll be right over.
Yeah, get some kettle corn, man.
There you go.
That was a good one. All
right, man. It's getting late. It's 10. It's
I did. I looked at the time. I was like, oh man, TEKNOBLAST tried to shut it down at 1:30.
I know.
Man, it was all that beer talking sports at the beginning.
It was that beer talk, man. We always.
Nope. That was only 15 minutes.
Yeah,
let me see. Hold on.
And then the TV was 15 minutes.
It was 13 minutes and 40 seconds for beer and hockey talk.
All right. I know.
I'm trying to say 15 minutes. That wasn't even close.
Because I want to make sure that like we get through what you wanted to talk about as it pertains to gaming. And I'm like, dang, man, we wasted X amount of time. And I was like, oh, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you brought up medieval times or whatever. And I was like, okay, yeah, that wasn't that bad. and then TV, and headphones. I was like, okay, that's not so bad.
I can work with that.
Oh, okay. Doctor is saying gaming. Oops, House of Dragon, August 21st.
Oh, okay, yeah. See,
There you go.
Okay, sweet. I still have to watch the last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones, so I don't even know if I bother watching it or not. Get everybody.
Bro, that's my best fantasy show, man.
Yeah.
I'm on Witcher
I got some
right
fantasy
now.
shows.
Like, well, okay, I've been watching Wheel of Time too. Close the show.
Yeah, it's more adult oriented fantasy. Shows.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right.
You're like, oh,
Okay.
It's weird you bring that up because some random dude just walked up to me and told me, man, you know I watch porn. And I'm like, okay. He said, man, I was watching, and he watched something that just confounded him so that he had to tell a stranger about it.
Whoa,
Hey,
hold
man,
on.
you know I watched.
A dude walked up to you and said, just randomly said this?
Did he
Well, I'm
whisper
gonna
in
tell you,
your ear?
I'm gonna tell you the whole story, bro. First he wanted some money, right? And I was like, man, I got bags in my hand, but if you walk with me to my car, I'll give you what I have. And then while we're walking, he's like, man, you know, because I watch yada yada. And man, I was watching this, and I'm like, oh man, really, bro? I like to just laugh him off.
Okay, so he's crazy. Okay, enough said.
No, he didn't seem crazy. He just thought that would be a good conversation starter for some reason, bro. Dude. Some people suck at social life. Sick. Like, it's true. He is not the first person to come up to me talking about some weird stuff, bro. I'm telling you.
No. Yo,
dude, I had one dude tell me all his personal business for no reason. Unsolicited.
He just needs somebody to talk to, man.
I mean, if he's asking for money, he's on hard times and he might not have no friends.
Let me tell you about my problems. Really, let me tell you.
Well, dude got mental problems. He needs to seek help. That's probably why he's in that situation to begin with.
Bro, he kept trying to shake my hand. I kept
He's like, hey man, you want to exchange numbers?
He shook my elbow 3 times and said, man, I keep Lysol wipes, but not for my person.
Did he do shake like forearm to forearm?
No, dude, he actually shook my bow, bro.
He shook your balls?
My elbow, man.
The elbow.
Bro, because I had my elbow, out, and then he grabbed it and shook my elbow, bro. One time the second time he shook my fist. I was like, dang, he was hell bent on getting that skin to skin contact or something weird. Bro. No, bro. Sometimes people want to touch me, man. I don't like.
This is not how I expect this episode to end. That's all I'm saying,
bro. And then one time I had this woman ask. I have a few women just touch my hair without asking. Like,
oh yeah, when I have my waves on point, that happens all the time. All right.
Oh no! See, when I had waves, I never had nobody rub their hand on my head.
No, they just always want to touch my and smack them away, and I'm bad with. I would smack you hard.
Oh no, man! I let them rub the waves.
Nah, man. Only if I'm getting something back off of that.
One time I got caught letting a lady play in my hair, and then I almost got slapped. But she asked me.
She just wanted to play my hair.
You know how when something happens that ain't supposed to happen, the back of your neck start itching and tingling. She said, oh, it's nice. You just get it done. She touched it, and the back of my neck started tingling.
Oh no!
See what kind of talks we get into at the end.
How did we end up here?
Hey, bro, that's because y'all really don't want to get off, but y'all should.
I do. All right, guys. It's
all
late.
right, fellas.
I need to
Good
go
times.
pee.
Good times.
And good times as always. Very informative as always to Chatterbox. Thank you for tuning in. Everybody else, if you catch on a replay, good night.
Peace.
Bye.
Peace. 2 hours I got.